Yeah, I feel great. It's my first hat-trick. Of course, I'm very happy, but at the end, the team played very good, so I'm really happy for the team. And we scored 7 goals, and I think it was a really good second game.
Everything seemed to click for you, particularly in the first half, where with every attack you looked like you were going to score. It must have been great fun to play in that team.
Yeah, of course. With those fans, it's very easy to get motivated, and yeah, I love to play here. And at the end, everything worked out for me. I'd make 3 goals, and yeah, looking forward for the next games.
I'm sure it's hard to pick just one goal, but do you have a favourite of the 3 goals that you scored tonight?
A favourite? I think the second one. I hit it really good, and when I saw it right now, it was quite a difficult angle. So yeah, the second one maybe.
You obviously had to come off early in the second half. How are you feeling? How is the injury?
Yeah, I had already injuries like this. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm unlucky today again, and hopefully it doesn't feel so worse or so not so good. But yeah, I'm looking forward, and hopefully I'm back soon.
You've made a wonderful start to the tournament. It's very early days, but how far do you think you can go as a team this season?
Again, like last year, we can reach the final if we play like this every time. Sky's the limit then for us.
Yeah, nearly everything. I think great energy from the team, great team spirit, and great first half. And the second half also was very good, and I would say it was a nearly perfect game.
It seems almost unfair to highlight just one player, but Karim's hat-trick in the first half was sensationally taken.
Yeah, I didn't know that he can shoot that good, because in training it's not like that. But we are very happy for Karim, how he's working at the moment, not just today. I think the last few weeks he did a step forward, and he played very good today.
I know it's very early days, but you've made the perfect start to the league phase. How far do you think you can go this season?
We will see. We will see. We don't know how many points we will need to reach the next round. We will take it from game to game, and then we will see.
Yeah, it was a very enjoyable game. They played really intense to defend us with a high press. But after the first 2 goals went in, it was quite easy to what's the word? Coast through in a way. So yeah, it was a good game today. Yeah.
Getting the early goal, but more importantly, getting the second one. It was 94 seconds between the equaliser and going 2-1 up. How important was that period of the game? Yeah,
again, really important because they scored right after us. So bit of pressure on us to score again, so we've done that, and yeah, we won the game, so it's the most important thing today. Yeah.
Were you a bit surprised by how Celtic set up? The opening 20 minutes in particular was so open.
Yeah, they wanted to high press us. In a way, they done a good job in the first 5-10 minutes, but after this, we played better football. We started popping it around the back and into pockets and spaces, and we turned and got the goal. So yeah.
Clearly, obviously, we're really disappointed with the result and performance-wise. I don't think I've been involved in a game where virtually every mistake we made got punished, and that's the level. It's the highest level of our modern football, and we get punished for that. So we could have been better. We could have been better with the ball. But I think the early goals going down 3-1, 4-1 early seemed to spook us a little bit, and we didn't play with the same confidence. And obviously they were playing at a high level. So second half, the guys showed great spirit. You know, we had more possession of the ball and took greater risk with the ball in terms of looking to create. But ultimately, we were beaten by a much better team.
With hindsight, was there anything you might do differently with the setup? You said you were looking for balance. You didn't quite find that. Is there a way you have to adapt more to these kind of games in Europe?
Well, no, listen, we'll assess it and look back afterwards. We wanted to press the game, but we also, like you say, we wanted to be in balance and be tight and compact. But there was too many times whenever we ran out of the position at the wrong moment, the wrong time, weren't quite in the compact shape, and then obviously top players punish you, and that was something certainly that we'll look at for the coming games.
Was there a reason you think that maybe the game sort of got away with you, particularly in that first half, where you couldn't sort of rein back into the balance that you wanted? Was it just the fact that the goals were early and spooked your players and maybe the confidence went, or is there more of a bigger issue?
No, I think it was exactly that. I think we got punished for giving the ball away. We needed to have longer spells with the ball. We were too rushed, I felt, in the first half to try and get the ball forward. We know we have pace, but we had to have the ball for longer periods. And once we arrived into their half, we were looking for that killer pass. I felt too early. And then obviously from that, you're just constantly giving the ball away. So you're chasing the ball, and obviously their front line is so fast, so direct. And they have real big quality, and they punished us in the first half for that.
You say you'll go away and look at it. We talked to Callum McGregor, and he says the players will learn from this. But I suppose Celtic fans will want to know why this keeps happening. It happened in Madrid. It's happened at Paris Saint-Germain twice, Barcelona. Is there a reason why these big defeats keep happening in the big games in Europe?
Yeah. It's exactly the teams you just mentioned: Barcelona, Real Madrid.
But do you have to adapt again,
Dortmund,
though, to play these big teams? Will you adapt in the future?
Well, we always have to adapt, but sometimes the quality just breaks through that. So, are we going to sit in and camp and wait? No, we won't do that. We play a way that allows us domestically to dominate. We know it's going to be difficult at times for us to do that, but we still have to show our ability with the ball. And I thought that tonight we weren't anywhere near that level. We just gave it away too easily, and then obviously we then get punished from that. And we had a penalty in the first half. We had 2 penalties in the first half. We had, from a corner, direct corner, guy scores an unbelievable goal from outside the box. So before we know it, we were 4-1 down. So and clearly that can affect your confidence. But I was proud of the players' second half. We kept fighting, kept our spirit up, and like I say, we'll be very disappointed with the performance. It's the first time that we've had this losing feeling for a long time. But you have to learn from it and move on.
Yeah, sore one for sure. We were punished. Every mistake we made, we were punished pretty much, which doesn't happen that often in a game of football. But before we knew it, we were 5-1 down, and like I said, every little mistake we made was punished. And like you said, a sobering night. Where you make mistakes like that, you get punished. Credit to Dortmund, they showed really good quality, really good idea of the game. But we have to stick together. We've had a good start to the season. We've come here. We've been sobered a little bit, but we have to take that, and keep the group together and try and bounce back in the next game.
So every mistake was punished. Conceding 94 seconds after equalising that early on. I mean, how damaging was that? Yeah,
exactly. Because you sort of get yourself back into the game, and you think, right, okay, here we go. Now we play the game from one each. And like you said, the quick goal sort of killed us, and I think that rattled us a little bit. We then started going alone and trying to win the ball back and sort of coming out of shape a little bit. And then when you give good players time on the ball, they'll kill you, and that's what they did.
Do you feel like the approach was the right one in hindsight? It seemed so open, particularly early on. You couldn't seem to get much of a grip on the game. Do you feel like you maybe need to adapt more in these kind of European games?
No, I think that the game plan was to be in between the two, was to be moments of pressure. And then obviously we understand when you're playing against good players, you have to have a period where you suffer a little bit with the ball. But like I said, I think conceding the early goals, I think that rocked us a little bit, and then we start becoming a wee bit more individual, and that's probably why we look so open, is because we're then too busy focused on your own man, and the game becomes open at that point. So that's something that we have to learn from. But yeah, credit to Dortmund, and we've got a lot to think about after that.